Hello. So you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing that people don't really know everything that you've been through. People, when they look at you, when they meet you, or maybe even people who have known you for a long time, they do not know the full extent of all of the stuff you've been through. You are an extremely private person. You don't like to burden people with your problems because you know everybody's got problems. But more than that, I'm seeing that you don't want to share with people who are demonstrating that they are not taking the time to understand you at the depth that you need to be understood, because you are an incredibly deep person. You feel things deeply, you see things deeply, you think about things deeply. You're a deep person. And you're a highly protective person. So you do like to protect the people that you care about. You don't want, so if you're going down in flames, like you don't want to bring them down with you. You don't want to sink them or make them feel that they need to save you. Yeah. I mean, you're an incredibly strong person, but I do see that this feeling of being misunderstood, where people are making so many assumptions about you based on their own stuff. They judge a book by their cover because you don't look like what you've been through. You carry yourself well. You have that regenerative gift where you do regenerate, you do transform, if you fall down, you get back up, and you get back up stronger because you're the phoenix. You can transform things that people are too afraid to even look at. You dive deep and understand things that people are like, nah, I'm not going there because it's inconvenient or it's unpleasant. You do it. That's why you're so important here, because we need people like you that are willing to dive deep into these very difficult topics and to unravel them, to make sense of them, and to come out on top, so to speak. That song by Nina Simone, please don't let me be misunderstood. Don't let me be misunderstood. That's what's coming through. It's almost like you've taken so many chances and opened up to people that you felt that you could trust, only for them to not be able to care, understand, or receive you the way that you need to be received. And that's lonely. That's lonely. I know, I do feel that you long for that connection where somebody can just see you and love you as you are without judging you or misrepresenting you somehow. But the key is to love yourself unconditionally, to love yourself no matter what you've been through, no matter what you look like, no matter what you feel like, no matter what is happening or has happened, to love yourself unconditionally, without expectations, without expecting yourself to be a certain way. Maybe you're going to make a mistake. Love yourself anyway. Because you see, when you love yourself through your mistakes, you become the person that you want to be. You learn from that mistake, and then you apply that lesson in your life, and you hold yourself accountable, and then you become that person. So say you made a certain mistake about something at one point in your life, but then you learned the lesson and you applied that lesson. Being accountable for that mistake means that you would apologize for it, that you would take ownership for it and apologize, even if that person can't hear you, even if that person doesn't care or want the apology, because that's who you are. I feel like that's a little bit of a tangent. But anyway, love yourself. Love yourself unconditionally. There's so much healing in loving yourself unconditionally, in loving yourself no matter what you feel that day. Maybe you're having a really bad day. Maybe you're in a really deep healing process where all of these emotions are rising to the surface, and that is difficult. That is more difficult than going through the painful experience, because you've been through the painful experience and now you have to sit with those emotions of what it caused in you and try to understand it. And it's not fair. And you didn't deserve that stuff. And so healing and coming to all of these realizations about it, grieving the loss of certain things, feeling the pain of certain things, understanding that you are worth more than that you deserved better than that. That's painful stuff, you know? That's hard. And I think that's why so many people avoid healing fully and will cling to their suffering or dismiss it in some way, because it's harder than going through the hard event. You know, and if you've been through certain traumas and mistreatments from a young age, there's a tendency to identify with that pain. Like that's a part of your self-perception. It's a part of who you think you are because you've lived with it for so long. But that's not who you are. It's just something that happened to you. And so how you choose to respond to it, how you choose to heal through it, how you choose to think about it, that's who, you know, that's more important than what happened to you. Because you are whole, you are lovable, you are good enough, you are capable, no matter what has happened to you, no matter what people have taught you or what you picked up from certain situations, what you were conditioned to believe. You're still whole. You're still capable. You're still worthy of love. You're still worthy of having a good life. You're still worthy of being fully healed. And if you've carried pain for a long time and you identified with that pain for a long time, the tendency to want to cling to that pain because it's a part of who you think you are is high. And it could be scary to imagine yourself like, who am I without this pain? Who am I when I'm not carrying around this baggage? Who am I when I don't have to feel the weight of all of this stuff? And that's unknown. And that's, you know, that's the newness, that's the change, that's the stuff that we sometimes can be apprehensive towards taking that step towards, because we don't know. We don't know. Am I going to like that person? Are people going to accept that person? Am I going to accept myself? And the answer is yes, because you love yourself, because you're whole, because you deserve it. And whoever you evolve into is who you're meant to evolve into. And that's a really beautiful thing. And you have so much beautiful energy. You emit this beautiful energy, even if you can't see it, even if the people around you are not telling you that, you still have it. You don't need that validation to know that you have it. I know you have it. I can see it. God knows you have it. God sees it. God is inside of you. God loves you. God loves all of you. God loves you unconditionally. And while you're here learning how to love yourself unconditionally, no matter what, is key. It's key. It's like the key that unlocks the door. And you deserve that. So I love you so much. That's the message. I hope you have a great day. God loves you so much. Take care of yourself. And I'll talk to you soon.